10th edition. It looks like power fits are going to be pretty useful. Well, that's guesswork at the minute because obviously everything's a little bit vague. Right, let's see if we can get this back together now. That looks good.
I should. Oh no, I can't see how many viewers I have then. I've got to figure that one out at some point. Okay.
Yeah. Having all your magnets always facing the same way really helps out. It's made our life so much easier.
Yeah.
So I built a knight using that same method. So it doesn't matter which side I put the gun or whatever on, it just sticks. It's like, yeah.
Right.
So Dodge is back.
Joseph Leader says, "Is this live?" I responded to that a while ago. It was live, and then my computer decided it was going to shut down and do a bunch of updates, which has been a problem for both me and Andy today.
Yeah.
But hopefully that should now be all sorted back out. Alright. Now, let's start painting some tribal.
Yeah, that looks like a solid loadout. If you can fit the the Cyclone missile rack on the guy with the assault cannon, you can't go wrong with that as well because you can have both.
I think what I'll do is I'll start with a dark sea green just to lay some kind of design out. This is just me experimenting today because what else am I going to do?
Okay. Airbrush is going back together. Drum roll, please.
Right. Let's see how this goes. I've been using my Zero for so long now. This small Games Workshop brush feels massive. I might actually just continue using my Artist Opus. I don't like the feel of this brush anymore.
Yeah, you got used to the other one, didn't you?
Yeah, I completely forgot as well that I have a Winsor Newton that I used to love that's just been thrown to the side.
Sounds good. No. You soon we've got a backflow.
Credit where credit's due, mate. We've had that airbrush since 2017.
Yeah.
And compared to the... Was it the other one we had? The Iowattas, yeah. But they were the cheap £50 ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I would, before 3D printing became a thing, I would have suggested a bit side, but yeah, 3D printing, you'll get a Cyclone missile rack for next to nothing these days. Something like Etsy or whatever your Canadian equivalent of. You probably find something on there dirt cheap. Probably look at a couple of dollars. I don't know how your money translates to ours. But you'll not be paying through the earth or something like that. Why are you backflow?
Because you want to use it, it tends to be how that works. Are you trying to use an airbrush? No, have none of that. Right, I was trying to figure out a basic design for this.
Fair. Yeah, exchange rates don't make any sense, do they? So yeah,
do like, want to take up this whole panel?
Anything like Etsy, any site like that, you'll be able to get something really, really cheap. If you're interested, Dodge is actually painting something at the minute. He's on YouTube now. So
I've done an attempt at painting some freehand tribal stuff onto this model, and I'm gonna do it like graffiti art once I've got the design down. So it's gonna have layers of greens and blues to it, make it really pop.
So dare say that's going to be more interesting to watch than me swearing at an airbrush for the next 20 minutes.
I don't know, that tends to amuse me quite a bit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the same reason I want to get our last to play Space Marine.
Oh, the nerd rage is going to be insane.
No, she's a proper gamer chick though, none of these internet poser gamer chicks. You know, the stereotype where she's like, give me some ammo or I'll rip your head off. Or someone drops her, like she gets killed and drops a loot and proper screaming at people to stay away from it.
Get off my loot!
It was one time, you know, before that I told you we had the glitched dragon with the massive ammo capacity and the range of 419 on it.
Isn't the dragon a flamethrower?
The dragon on that, no, it's like the old school flintlock shotgun with the 4 barrels to it.
Oh right, okay, that's cool.
And someone shot her while she was doing something. She turned around and just one shot, just dude flew across the map. It was brilliant.
Where's
Alright. Yeah, I'm hoping this comes out alright. This is pretty difficult to do, but I'm going to be using my artist opus, and I think I'm going to invest some more money in getting the rest of the set, because this is like now my go-to brush.
Yeah, I will be picking up a set of them again.
They're more round here than the other ones.
But I don't like the short bristles on that particular set.
Yeah.
I like a slightly longer bristle.
Yeah, I can see that. Suppose it's work dependent though. The work I'm doing, I kind of need that short bristle, almost like a pencil control.
Yeah. I don't know, it doesn't work for me.
That's what she said.
That's why you got a job. Alright. Come on, airbrush. Behave. For once. Yeah. Is that much to ask? It's about as much fun as cleaning my old rifles back on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Mate, it was annoying. Always on a Friday. It's like we're wanting to get home early. Nah, rifle cleaning.
I bet that's deliberate just to wind you up.
Mate, it was. I swear. It's like the rifles have been in the armory all week because we've not been anywhere. We've been in the armory all week, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to clean them. Why?
Yep, that's the military for you.
Why? It's clean. They haven't been used.
Okay, so I've got some form of a pattern there. I don't know how tribal that actually is.
So I think Maori Moko would look good. That sort of style. Can I all get accused of cultural appropriation?
Anyone who says that can just go fuck themselves. Because they're idiots. Hands down, you're just idiots. If other people can't enjoy anything from other cultures, how the hell is anyone supposed to get on?
Yeah,
you fascist twats. I'm sorry, my language. You know how much I hate these people, Andy.
Yeah, that was a proper trigger moment there. We need some memes.
Yeah. We need to master the music for this as well.
Yeah.
In fact, just a sec, maybe, can I run another YouTube window on this and still get it to run properly, right? Open this other YouTube window. Maybe we can get away with this. If I can find the royalty-free music.
I was playing Total War 3 last night. I'm now on turn 50 and I've only just started to solidify my realm. It started to calm down a bit. So
Oh yeah.
it's only taken 50 turns. You know, for it to for my realm to start not getting ready for a civil war every time I turn round.
Yeah. There are somewhere in here, somewhere on YouTube in one of the millions of settings, audio library.
Composite Games have an audio stream they use. That's royalty free.
Yeah.
That's on YouTube.
This is the actual royalty free audio library by YouTube.
Oh, that means nothing. It's YouTube. Come on.
Yeah, they're always changing the stuff. Alright, so can we just get these to play all?
I keep trying to do it. The total victory thing. Apparently we're in Bengal. I keep trying it, and then I get bored and switching over the switch factions to something else, and then do it again, and then rinse and repeat. You want to just turn it down a touch?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, mate. Just give me 1 sec. Because that is a bit...
But yeah, so I'm trying to do it now. I'm trying to do it properly where I take over the entire world. But
Calm down, Pinky.
but I only bought it the other day. I only bought it recently. So I'm still
I kind of like this corner.
getting the rhythm going. Yeah, I totally get that. I do want the Chaos Dwarf DLC. I've always had a liking for Chaos Dwarfs. And they're old models from the Forgeable range, which is lovely. Now this is a way of cleaning out your airbrush, which sometimes works.
Like an airbrush, sometimes it'll work.
And it should get rid of some of that backflow as well. Oh, they're fun, are they? Oh, that's cool. I'm glad about that. Yeah. Once a bank balance is solidified again, the next few days, I might speak to the boss, see if she'll let me buy it. It's still backflowing.
Just try running, keep running water through it, but not in the thing, because I found if you just keep doing it, eventually it will clear itself out. I've had that happen a few times if you just keep running water through it. Right. So I've never been very good at drawing tribal stuff as it is. So
maybe some free-hand practice on a piece of paper, mate, with a pencil.
that'd be great. I'm sure I could figure this out. When I used to draw with a pencil, it used to be like a crosshatch sort of drawing technique with a biro.
I want to figure out how to do the online game as well. I've got a whole bunch of friends who play it. Never figured out the online stuff so much into.
There's got to be a way to get that music to play all. That would be handy. Alright, then that line will come down here.
God damn it, airbrush.
I'm hoping the audio is still fine for the OBS. on the stream.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought it'd be nice if you could get like entire gangs of you, so like everyone just gets to play online.
Well, I don't have to click play on it, I just have to open the window to get the next one to play.
Sounds like Russian.
Sounds like something from a score from a movie.
Fifth Elephant.
The Fifth Elephant.
It's got like Fifth Element. It's got very accordion sort of vibe, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And the little sort of the lift music sort of thing going on.
It seems like some kind of mobster meet in this one.
Yeah, in Russia. In Soviet Russia, mobsters meet you.
Well, this doesn't have to be perfect straight off the bat. It's not going to be. There's going to be a lot of layers to it.
Yeah, that's the beauty of round.
Like, what do you reckon so far? I don't like this bit, but that bit, that's starting to look pretty nice.
That's cool.
It'll definitely look a lot more striking once I've got the design down and start putting some colour on.
So, on today's live stream, Andy will be mostly cleaning an airbrush and trying to get it to work.
Some exciting stuff, Andy.
Yeah. Living the dream, baby.
Oh, I wish I'd not put that arm on now.
Hollywood's got nothing on this.
Hollywood's got nothing except recycled scripts and old concepts.
Yeah. Live action Disney films. There's no need, man. No need at all. Did anybody ask for live action Disneys?
I don't know where to go with this. I like that straight side and then the circles on the other side. I think it's time. Again, proper scattering. Caffeine. Red Bull.
Bigmeks Workshop, proudly sponsored by anything with caffeine.
This really helps my fucking ADD. I'm not gonna have to click that window every time a song stops. Well, that's not too bad.
Just minimise. Well, sorry, not minimise.
At the moment, I've not figured out a way of getting the chat box and the live stream, everything I need on the screen to run this.
Are you on Windows, whatever it is, 11?
I'm on some form of Windows.
Because that's got multi-screen.
Yeah.
So you can have a couple of open pages together, set up neat, nice and neat. You can do it on this one, I believe, because I can do it on my computer, accidentally.
It's always a fun way to find things out, accidentally.
Yeah. Generally how I achieve anything on the computer. Sarah managed to change the colour of the mouse cursor the other day.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even know you could. She started playing around with it. I was like, what? Why is the mouse cursor blue? It's like,
That's kind of cool, though.
I changed it. It's like, didn't know you could. It's like, yeah, I found out on my desktop, so I changed it on yours as well. It's like,
that's kind of cool.
because I was good at computer.
Well, I'm hoping this is looking tribally enough, but I would like to get a straight line on all this trim so it just pulls it all together.
Right. It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it?
It is, mate. It started off as one of those days. Yeah, I need another hard line down here. I could bring this one in a little bit. And this is why I'm doing it in grey, guys, so I can easily paint straight over it with either the black or the colours that I'm going to use.
Yeah, it's definitely the right way to go about it. When I was doing the Day of the Dead stuff, I was using a light brown for similar reasons.
Just so it's easy coverage.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Come on, please, work.
Why is my hand shaking? Like, that makes no sense.
I'm glad the tunes are consistent, you know, and just play. It's not just a regular YouTube file. It's not just the regular YouTube files.
No, because they change the licenses so often that even when you try and play something that's been up for like a few days and it's supposed to be royalty free, it can still get flagged as not being royalty free.
That's helpful.
Yeah, it's really handy.
I'm glad YouTube know what they're doing.
They probably know more about what they're doing than we do.
That's not hard, come on, that's all.
How's the airbrush live stream treating you over there, Andy?
About as well as can be expected, mate. It appears to be calming down a bit. I've got a small backflow now.
Sounds a bit better.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that we know how an airbrush should sound. Right, so there's something going on here. I can see myself getting really carried away with these patterns.
Pretty much usable now. I've got a backflow, but you can work with a backflow. Right. Varnish.
Varnish is all there, mate. My chat is dead.
Yeah, but you've got 2 viewers. As of one of which is me. It's kind of weird. Oh.
Oh, I suppose I have to click the button again. I'll figure out the music thing at some point.
It's something. But at least we've got.
Wait, can we do this by style? That'd be interesting. We used to be able to. I'm sure we did, or was that on something else? Where's the filters?
Move me felt.
That's better. Anyone watching on YouTube, let us know if this background music is too loud and messing with the audio. I wasn't expecting this to have lyrics, but we're just trying to play royalty-free music, so we haven't got the knack of that at the moment. And how is everybody today? I've mucked up this bit of what I'm painting, but we will be getting this done in a nice blue colour eventually. I've made the scaling of this a little bit awkward as I've got to go over these other edges. I was happy with the scaling in there because it was just enough to miss those 2 rivets there. Something I should have probably took into consideration. Sounds like one of the singers from Hollywood and Dead.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one. Right. How's that looking to everyone? Is it looking tribally enough yet? It's such a great start to this particular live stream. I can't believe it's mucked up though. And in fact, we both had a good start to the day when the live stream once we got it going. Oh, holy crap! A working airbrush.
I know, mate.
Right.
Making the most of it while I can.
Yeah, just go for it, mate. Just start painting everything. Back in a circle for that top bit, I think. Yeah, anyone wondering, the grey is just a template. And the grey is actually dark sea green by Model Colour. Now I have to press the button.
Dry for a bit.
Oh, muck that up. See, now that bit comes in here, not leaving enough space for the rest of the design.
I'm glad I put the nose cap on.
So am I. Sooner or later we'll just get some new airbrushes sorted out because we've had these 5 years or more now.
Yeah, for a long time. It served as well.
Very well, actually.
Right.
It's the CR Plus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent airbrush, if anyone's thinking of buying one. Right. I can't believe I've mucked that up already.
I can.
Yeah. It all works except this top bit. I've made a complete mess of that. What I might start doing is just start colouring this in a little bit. See, I've been using the loaded brush technique a lot recently, or trying to learn that. Because I took a couple of years off from painting and decided to take the opportunity to change my paint style and learn something new. This music makes me feel like I'm on hold.
It is very much old music. Please hold while we try to say this to somebody who cares.
Right, so it's not just going to be done in tribal. I'm going to try and make it a little bit 3D, like tag art. It'd be really cool to do on a full-scale model. Let's see. Got me paints here. I've not done this before, guys, so I'm actually winging this and just making it up as I go along. I'm going to need a bit of white, and I'm not using white. I'm using scale 75s, whatever that one is, white that I can never remember the name of.
Mahove.
Mahove.
As in the desert.
Yeah, but I keep forgetting that. Cause I'm a little bit special.
You are. I don't know about a little bit though.
We were doing some freehand on another live stream a while back, and we did this weird skull flame thing. Oh, and there was the other one from the other. When we first started live streaming and we got bored, and we did a My Little Pony themed Space Marine.
Don't diss My Little Pony Marine.
That was kind of fun though, just mucking around with the freehand. I think the first thing to do is fill in those colours a little bit. Alright. Put some water on the surface so it's easier to move the paint around and it doesn't stick immediately.
Do you have any unattended marines anymore?
I do not know right now, mate. You'll have to give me a minute. I've just started painting this thing.
That's
and
alright,
concentrate.
point me out to the right direction.
The Cards Against Humanity box there, I think. Yeah, we'll start with the really dark blue.
Bronze.
This is Huldra Blue by scale 75. And I want to try not to cover up all the grey because that's where my hard lines are going to end up eventually. And that's a bit bumpier than I would have liked it to be.
Yeah, very true. The last thing you see when you're about to die is a My Little Pony. Rattle can.
If you're going to rattle can, you may as well do some more than just one model.
Is there anything else that he's doing?
Anything out of that box that you just got that one from. There's like a whole box of built models that haven't been primed that we can use for the live stream. The problem I have with the freehand work is keeping it smooth, which I shouldn't because I should be able to glaze really well. I've got some colour on there.
Something to spray onto. What dwarf will do.
May as well just super glue them to a splitter board, mate, and take them outside. Oh wait, that super glue sucks.
Yeah.
Still be better to like spray them outside and shit though.
Yeah. I will be back in a minute.
There's a splitter board there, you may as well glue them on. Because rattle can and that against a flat surface, it's just going to drip and then they're going to need stripping straight off.
Actually, a bit of cardboard here. That'll be better.
They probably bond to that better. think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up these blues, and then I'm going to put the trim in a luminous green.
If the glue was actually fit the purpose, it might bond.
It was all, well, I'd say pinning, but that doesn't work. There's some blue tack somewhere as well. Then I'm gonna move up from the whole draw blue, and I'm not sure that's not gone on as smooth as I would have liked it to. Right, it's this. I keep forgetting to wet the surface area, which definitely helps when doing freehand. I find it does anyway.
That's not something I played around with last time.
It's something I learnt while doing the loading brush technique. It just gives you a little bit more of a easier to use surface. Obviously putting paint on a dry surface is going to dry a lot quicker. I best click that button again. Right. Then we're going to use, I'm not sure what blue this one is. A little bit of the white, Mahovy white and blue.
Back door or not?
General, it should be probably, general might be out there. And just keep bringing in the darker colours a little bit. I don't know if that's showing up quite well for you there, guys. A bit more white, a bit more of that blue, and start down here, and that blue will get lighter as we go to the top.
Oh, they bonded about as well as could be expected.
Yeah.
Not all.
We need to get a new drill bit so we can pin them to cork stands. That's how I used to do it. It's too much white.
Racist.
Immediate racist. Just mention a colour. I do think I'm not giving this enough time to dry, and I'm going to keep pulling the paint off quite a bit.
My Little Pony.
It's not the My Little Pony one. Could have been.
This guy is also not going to be My Little Pony.
Cute. That's it. I thought we were going to do the same thing again and then roll off the desk.
So, yay! And I am back.
I'm going to highlight this and then illuminate the screen.
Music, man.
I don't know. It's not like I'm not exactly picking the tracks, I'm just clicking whatever's on there. This sounds like something Cunt of the Gang would have wrote though.
Yeah, it's the intro to a song. And he came down to me today. Oh, I saw a video what really did not age well. It was really funny. So from Not the 9 O'Clock News from way back, comedy skit, and we were running around kidnapping loads of kids.
Fair enough.
And putting them in the back of a van and taking them off to BBC Rolf Harris.
Oh, no way.
Ooh!
That's a spicy.
That's a spicy meatball.
I'm going to go back in with a white to just bring out these edges.
So first thing I'm doing is going over the prime with the Vallejo black primer. I want a nice solid black because he's getting painted up and there's legion of a damn. Of course, it's been ages since I've done one.
I think to get the best out of this technique, I'm going to need multiple brushes to make sure everything stays smooth. I'm not very good with the freehand work, as I've just not done much of it.
That's a fair one. It's the old thing though, isn't it? Doesn't matter what it is. The more you do, the better you get at it. Apart from gluing things, which generally ends up being the more you do,
Yeah, because that super glue sucks.
the more often you glue yourself to something.
Oh, that time I glued my entire arm to the desk.
Yeah, that was genius. There's Dodge trying to do some gluing. I forget what he was trying to build.
No, I don't even know how that glue had got there onto
Yeah.
that bit at desk. And I was talking to you. We were talking about Loki, and then my arm was glued to the desk, like most of my forearm.
Yeah. Literally, super glued to the entire thing. It was ridiculous. So needless to say, I mocked him mercilessly.
I think the gods mocked me further.
And Dodge wound up pulling half the arms off, half the hair off his arm.
Half my arm off me, I had to regrow it. Right, so yeah, this brush is pretty good for the really straight lines. Not happy with the way I blended that on at all, but you can see at least there's some design coming up now.
This model was from the was it Indomitus set?
I'm not sure. It's from one of the Space Marine sets that we've got a bunch of.
That's the beauty of it. 40k. You always know, no matter what you do, if you buy a box set, you're going to wind up with a Space Marine army.
Right, about any of the dual box sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For people like us who, you know, just messing around, it's great.
We used to buy them for the channel because patrons used to give us money, and then we were like, right, we'll get one of these box sets and paint that up for you.
Which is how the salamanders arrived.
Very true. I've knocked my camera, but that's because I'm leaning over it, concentrating on
I
what
need
I'm
to throw
painting.
mine in a bit.
That seems a little bit out of focus. Someone should have mentioned that. Yeah, that is a little bit out of focus.
That's better. I'm used to being on a massive model, so I don't have to be zoomed out, but now I'm doing a regular one. It needs to be a bit more zoomed in.
Right, that should be a little bit sharper.
I don't know why, but autofocus seems to work fine on mine.
Oh no.
Sounds like an advert to me.
Well, it does sound like an advert, doesn't it?
That just says more about modern music than anything now.
Yeah.
Good on him. Perfect opportunity for me to prime him.
Oh, yeah.
News just in. Andy is still stupid.
There's not much news out there, is it?
That's why I said still, mate. Up in your business, stealing your paint.
Hands off me paint. It's only Games Workshop paint anyway.
Where is it?
Which one are you looking for, mate?
Looking for Dark Reaper.
Not seeing Dark Reaper. Oh, wait.
There we are.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah, Thunderhawk. Is that it? Yeah, we've got a new one of them.
I'm not sure. I got sick of trying to organise these colours once we got back. Like, once we moved studio, that is.
Yeah.
I'd mess the world up. I identify as immortal. Screw you, physics.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's any more sensible than mine.
I wish people would just identify as what they actually are. Attention-seeking twats.
Yeah. Or hobbits.
Yeah. That'd be a lot more fun if people started identifying as hobbits.
Nothing really bad.
There's an idea, man. Just get loads of models of the 1-2 ring, and every time you find a very, very short person, just give them to them and go, keep it secret, keep it safe, and just walk off.
Hmm?
I should have a channel where I just go around causing mischief.
We could use it on this one.
Probably.
Right. Dodge and Andy on tour. 2003.
Not the one time we go somewhere. The studio hasn't actually gone anywhere in ages. We used to cover, because I used to cover every single Golden Demon, but
Yeah, we used to go to events and stuff, but it's one of them, innit? It's like
I don't
opportunity.
have time anymore.
Always something to do. Right. 50-50 mix of Thunderhawk blue and black. And I'm using Decay Black by Scale 75, but any black paint will do the job just as well.
I'm now going to switch to me small brush for this. Me Games Workshop one.
Try and get a point.
Still haven't got the knack of the freehand, and this brush feels so horrible compared to the other ones I've been using. Then again, it's like a £3 brush, so how much can I actually complain? I'm
It's
English,
GW
so a
one, is
lot.
it?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, GW ones are made in the same factory as Windsor Newtons. Believe it or not.
I can't believe that, because it'll be a brush making factory. Won't be made in the same manner though.
So apologies for any very faint highlight, but the thing with doing painting black is the highlights have to be really subtle, otherwise it looks stupid. You sound like all time low.
Who?
Or Blunt 182.
You know what I heard, Andy? I heard this guy ain't got no filter.
Really?
Apparently not. So I wouldn't drink that water if I were you, mate.
Yeah. Step away from the Kool-Aid. No.
Alright. What do you reckon from there, Andy? Can you see that, like where I'm going with this?
Well, I can just about see it.
Yeah, kind of the first point. It's something. I'm really not a fan of these Games Workshop brushes now, at least the ones I've got. Water on the pattern. What might have been nicer is if I airbrushed over the top of it in a transition of blues, then cut the rest of the model out with the white paint, then filled in the blacks, so it had like a really nice graffiti style to it.
Probably going to find it easier using a smaller brush. What I'm more used to using.
Something that feels familiar.
Yeah. So I don't use a small layer for much these days.
No?
No, I tend to use the Artificer or a massive brush.
Trying to keep this paint as thin as possible.
Without it turning to water.
Yeah, because freehanding when it turns to water like a glaze is a lot harder to do.
Oh yeah, it just goes all over.
I'm kind of happy with some of that result actually. It's starting to go the way I want. Why is it all the same dude?
Because no one wants to sign him.
Oh wow, it's all the same guy. It's a bit of a contrast on this bike, Andy. We've got Flaming Skull on one side, Blue Sea Tribal on the other. So I need to figure out where I'm going to go with the rest of this pattern as well. It's probably the hardest part actually. Right, and we'll go to the... I was going to go to the Hodor Blue. Hodor. Hodor! Hodor Blue. Hodor Blue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Saw someone on Instagram the other day doing soul gems but with fire in them. That was pretty cool.
That's some intricate work.
Well, looking at how they've been done, you can deconstruct and work backwards. And I think it wouldn't be that hard to learn how to do that with that particular style of brush stroke and then just washes over the top of it. I think Winsor Newton would be better for the white paint.
Got a bit of a Nirvana vibe, this one.
Does a bit. How's everyone else doing on the live stream? It's been very quiet so far today. I'll start putting in a little bit more of these blues. That image is okay for everybody. And Andy is currently on Twitch painting Legion of the Damned at the moment.
Yep.
So links in the description now if you want to go and check that desk out instead. And blend Huldra blue in again. I definitely find wetting the surface before doing the freehand helps, but that's just because I've been doing that loaded brush now for so long. And then start putting in the actual blues around here. Yes, Joseph, it's still live and you are still watching on silent at work. Wait, if it's on silent, you won't be able to hear anything. It's only took a few weeks, but both of our live streams have started picking up a bit. You know,
Yeah.
more interaction. It makes us more comfortable in like knowing we're doing things right as well.
Yeah, when people are actually interacting back with us.
I'm starting to like this C pattern, this sporadic blue all over the inside, because eventually I'm going to do some very harsh green lines across it as well. 'Cause it's going to be like a tribal but graffiti art. No particular reason why. I just woke up this morning and thought, yeah, I'll do that.
So, as you can see, very gentle highlights there. This is a mix of Dark Reaper and Black. I'll be going over again with the Dark Reaper, sort of picking out those highlights. So yeah, apologies that you're not going to be able to see a hell of a lot just yet. Yeah, you can see how I'm building these lines up. So yeah, the thing is, I want to get a real nice base black down before I start doing any flames or the skulls or whatever.
I'm doing old school noob things here and holding my breath like a noob, you know, while concentrating too much.
Yeah, yeah.
And all that ever does is make your hand shake because of the lack of oxygen.
It's something I find I catch myself doing from time to time as well. But now I'm half going through the old highlights.
A little bit more water down here. It will help that white paint.
Leaving some of the slightly dark colour visible. I don't want to completely over. Yeah, pretty much what it is. It's black on black at the minute, which is a shame. But it's just the nature of painting, painting this style. So the trick to painting black.
Joseph, awesome. Cheers for doing the live stream. Looks cool. You're very welcome. I'm thinking of doing some chaos tainted space wolves, and some designs like that would be really cool. Yes, they would.
Yeah, the trick to doing black is the highlighting. If you really gentle.
I've got the sound off. If you did them with those greens as well, you could make it look like there is magic going on in between the tribal patterns as well. Yeah, that's not actually a bad idea. Didn't you just prime some Space Marines?
I did, yes.
I might follow this.
We're gonna follow that chain of thought.
Just a second. Well, too many thoughts at once.
What one?
I've lost that now.
Space Wolves with magic and stuff.
Yeah, because Joseph's here on about doing chaos tainted Space Wolves and how that would look cool. I mean, it would actually as a chaos army.
Yes, it would.
And I was just saying it'd be really good to do this sort of thing, but make it look more magical.
Mate, you know the ghosts from AOS use that as a kind of a magic effect coming from your casters and stuff.
Yes, that would be nice. It'd be nice to see Space Wolves done up that way, actually. I think they'd really lend to that sort of style.
They've got that feral sort of nature, haven't they?
You wouldn't have to do too much in the way of converting. You could do most of it with a paint job. That was too much. If I'm going to learn anything from doing this, it's how to get much smoother lines. Well, this tune sounds like a old school NES game or something.
8-bit.
Like one of the old shooter scroll alongs.
Robocop!
Right. More white. Not more white, more water. Green fart. I need to expand this design so I'm not just painting the same bit for everybody over and over again. So I'm going to have to figure out how to clean up this mess on this side. But I'm quite happy with how it's slowly turning out. Right, where do we want to go with this? This white bit here needs to miss that bit. So I need to pull him up a bit more. Now that probably should just come straight down.
So if you can actually see what I'm doing, you'll actually see I'm not going all the way around all the detail work with this. So I've done that. You do that on the first one, but obviously you need to have some other darker colours visible, and you want these. You want the black to still be black, just with reflected areas.
Yeah, I think choosing to put that grey line in there across this bit of detail was a pretty bad call. I should be able to manipulate this design around it. I'm going to keep that line that I just put in, so then I'm going to go over with a little bit of white so I can keep up with my design. So what's everybody else painting at the moment? And who's going to Golden Demon? Who's entering Golden Demon? Who's just going to see what's what?
It's so long since we went.
Ah, it's been too long, mate.
It was a fun day out, wasn't it?
It was, actually. I mean, having entries also makes it a bit more exciting. I've got some great ideas, but I'm always I'm always full of ideas.
Space Marine Centipede.
Oh no. I mean, it'd be a brilliant model. Really struggling to decide which way this is going to go.
Lazily to the left.
Lazily to the left is always a good option.
So now into the Dark Reaper, I've got some Thunderhawk Blue. I'm going to go around and pick out the more extreme areas.
Where's the back in 5? I'm just going to take a quick break, guys, because I have to pop off somewhere. The old squeaky door. Wow, that's a right delay. I've managed to get back, and I'm still playing. Wow. Don't know why it's so delayed. Yeah, that might be an issue when timing up the two videos.
Yeah. With difference in delays.
Yeah, I'll have to figure that one out, so we're running at about the same time. I don't know what actually causes that delay, or why it, continually gets more and more progressive. It doesn't every single day. Just today then. So where am I going to take this? Delay or not though, what you could do is just sync and lock the audio timing up and then cut everything else.
Yeah.
And then lay the video over the top of it. Well, right, I finally got back from my back in 5 minutes and cut. Now we're having a break apparently. Okay. Going to be using my small brush a lot more from Games Workshop to just apply the water to the surface of the model. That's about all I'm going to use that for now. Right, we want that going this way. I've not been successful in keeping all the parts of this tribal pattern the same thickness.
You can see where I've put the lines in now on camera.
Right, so
if you notice, on the rounded areas, I've gone more of gone for circles, like on the shoulders, top of his head. It's just to differentiate the way the light reflects on the armour. We want the reflections to look interesting. Great.
So.
Hello.
Ah, you've super glued your brush to your finger.
I'm magic, apparently. And now it's pure Thunderhawk blue, or whatever it's called.
And for some reason, this white does not want to go down now. Kind of what I need to go for. I don't know why that's being so bizarre and patchy.
Also, I put a foot on. What I should have done before I primed was add some skulls.
Always add skulls.
To the model, make it a bit more leave them down, like remove the shoulder pads, sorry, not shoulder pads, the exhaust ports, replace them with skulls. These sort of things is something I've done on other models in the Strike Force, what I've created, and it does make them look a little bit more interesting. But Legion are damn cool, we don't need extra skulls.
It's a very cool looking Legion.
Yeah. And they're really enjoyable to paint once you get the hang of doing the flames. I just need to remember how to do it. for it has been a long, long time.
Couple of years.
Yeah.
This white does not want to play anymore.
That shouldn't make me laugh, but it does.
Pop a picture of this on Instagram in a minute, I think.
Oh, that's it. We should be driving now, so I'll be able to put my pin wash on him in a bit.
I would give him extra layers.
Put another layer on.
Mate, you put far too much work in. I'd put 2 or 3 layers on. Make sure it's got into every recess. No point failing at the last hurdle or, you know, having oil just spill all somewhere where it shouldn't go. For some reason, my paint does not want to stick to the model now.
That's unhelpful.
Tell me about it. I wish I could get that music to just autoplay. I'll have to figure that out. Because we just want anything to be playing in the background.
Yeah, just...
We're not sat in silence.
Yeah.
Right. That can then have a white line right down there, avoiding all those details, hopefully.
Whilst that's set properly, time to put another one in. So, Omen, you say you're from Canada. Whereabouts? Not that I've ever been. I'd love to go there.
The white paint has just decided to defy me.
I defy you.
I'm not sure why.
Because reasons.
I really want these white edges nice and sharp. Obviously the sharper white edges are going to give a much nicer finish. using my Windsor Newton for the sharp edges. Windsor Newton Series 7.
Where's the nose cap gone? It's not like I put it anywhere interesting either, you know what I mean? It's like it just vanishes.
Constantly lose that.
Yeah. It's like, nah, I don't want to be there
You
anymore.
know what you should do? You should just paint it a luminous green.
Just find somewhere to hide what's luminous green.
Probably.
I'm sure it's sentient.
Sentient nozzle caps.
Yeah.
It's the last thing you bloody need with an airbrush.
I think bloody airbrush is self-aware and all.
Yeah, I think so.
It can't be but annoying and not be. You know what I mean? So now I'm mixing Hellbound Flesh into the Thunderhawk Blue for the last couple of highlights on the black. Hellbound Flesh is a scale 75 paint. It's kind of a greeny white. Yeah. So a greeny grey colour. It goes into Thunderhawk Blue really nicely, and I'll be using that for the final couple of highlights.
Yeah, I'm slightly out of focus again. Not helpful.
No, you're not.
Well, I try not to be.
Well, you achieve it admirably, my friend.
Well, that's something unlocked. Some form of achievement. Not doing it. Unlocked.
Being unhelpful unlocks.
Playing with these styles and this sort of paint scheme, I'm now discovering I find my Windsor Newton Series 7 00 nicer for doing the line work. It's something I'll have to remember as I progress with this project.
What's that mean?
Which brush I prefer for my line work.
Alright, okay. I want to try them lining brushes, you know,
The ones with the really long bristles on.
yeah, they look interesting. I bet it's a weird technique to have to figure out though.
Probably. White paint is just not having it now. It's decided it doesn't want to play. And if I bring that down a bit further, I should be able to make another one of these weird little circles. Hopefully pull the whole design together. Another line down there. It's not really where I want one because there's lots of bits of the bike design in the way. But hopefully it'll look okay. I've got to figure out. There should be a circle around here then. There. And then the rest should start following on. I have 3 viewers. I hope the video's coming out alright for you guys. Or the live stream video. We will start uploading these videos eventually. There's no reason not to.
We're just trying not to get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we're still taking it step by step. We've only just managed to get reasonable streaming quality for both desks. I don't usually paint in this style, but how's that looking, Andy?
Give me a sec.
Putting in the whites now to
Oh, cool.
pull out a bit of a design. Looking forward to adding the extreme highlights once I've got some form of pattern on there. I'm going to go back to the grey now, just because it would seem to, go on a little bit smoother than the white. Right, so that's going to be a point. I'm happy with that on that corner. That'll be a point there, right on that detail. And I'm not sure where that circle is going to end up going. The 90s, that was the time for tribal designs and tattoos. Everything was tribal design, like tribal flames, etc.
Yeah.
But the 90s are coming back round, apparently. All the stuff that we had in the 90s.
Stay there. I had curtains in my 90s.
Took me a minute then, because I was thinking, curtains?
Yeah.
You don't have curtains now? It took me a minute. Because I is genius. I've knocked my camera again.
For the same reason.
Because I is genius.
Yeah.
Some of these shapes are extremely hard to add on. Is it all quieting down on your end? Yeah, people come and go.
It's kind of a point, isn't it?
I'm hoping eventually though we get a nice set of
Steady.
a steady set of people that want to join in the live streams. That'd be nice.
Yeah, man.
I really wish this arm wasn't on this biker now, kind of in the way. You also have to work on the thickness of these white stripes as well. They're not going to be white when it's finished. They're going to be like a luminous green or something.
That's cool.
And my highlights are visible from where you are.
I can't see much.
Yeah. You're not visible from there.
From here, yeah. I know what I'm looking for now, though. That might be a part of that. This is what Andy's working on currently. We've got to get a new drill set in, for pin size for the thing is that we need some new super glue. Just being able to pin a model down where you want it is bloody handy.
It is. It really is.
Right. Okay. So I need a peanut butter. No, I'm not. I'm going to use coke and copper for a base layer for the rose.
Well, I have a rough design. I think I should start putting some blue into that now. Yeah, it's all starting to look a bit sketchy on here and a bit dry in places. It's not smooth. What might be fun for these, you know, those weird pens you get with the different nibs
Oh yeah, yeah.
for the type of writing that they do, the
Calligraphy.
calligraphy style writing, just to like write on the side of like tanks and things. I'm sure we'd be able to get some really nice effects with that.
Yes. However, that needs one of us to be able to write.
Oh well,
So
that idea just died.
Sadly, we have a problem.
Well, I almost had an idea.
I might be able to read. I ain't dyslexic, but my writing is for shit.
Technically, it's a whole other style of writing anyway. That's what the pens are for.
Yeah, my old man used to do it.
Yeah?
He had a hobby. Yeah,
It was a hobby.
yeah, a hobby. He decided he wanted to learn how to do calligraphic writing.
Oh, well, that's a random one.
He was a strange bloke.
See where you got it from.
There. He got quite good at it as well.
Practice, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, so you can teach yourself how to do anything really. I mean, Sarah, she went through a spell of learning how to draw. She couldn't draw before. But got quite good. Anyone can do it. Anyone. It's just that's the thing. It's like it's just a matter of effort. If you,
Yeah.
I am not a naturally good painter. I don't
What
know
is the amount of time you've put in?
exactly. Yeah.
You were going to learn regardless because you've done it for so many hours.
Exactly. Yeah. You get
So
some.
I got good at drawing at school. It was just like with a biro, which is what I'm using for school writing, and just scribbling in the corner of the book, and eventually you get really, really good at it.
Yeah, sooner or later, with practice, you get good at something. As like I say, I'm not a naturally good painter. I got good at it through practice. Some people pick up a paintbrush and just create masterpieces. That ain't me.
Yeah. That's where people would just find the thing that they were just naturally good at. Like,
Yeah.
For some reason, they're just unnaturally good at something.
I mean, I've got friends who were saying it's like I'm rubbish at painting. I'll never be any good. It's like you would be if you put the effort into practice.
Yeah.
You can learn how to do anything.
Yeah.
The human mind, the human brain is incredible. It's just you've got to be willing to put in the groundwork.
That sounds like work.
Anything worth doing takes effort.
I'm just going to agree with that one rather than getting all philosophical on it. I don't actually have a counter argument, but
That's why I say worth doing.
yeah. Too much water. White. blue. Bit more of that blue actually. And start just scribbling it in from here. And it should get lighter as we go further and further up the model.
Give that a minute to dry. I'll put another layer on it. Actually, there's some on there as well. I always thought purity seals look good.
They're an interesting little feature.
Yeah. Although we do go nuts on some models and just put them everywhere. Look, my purity seals are purity seals. Well done.
Weren't we on about the pure? I remember a conversation we're having years ago about how it'd be great to magnetize purity seals on your warriors and then use them during battles and like get them like different seals for different things.
Yeah, you've done something cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like something really epic in battle on the tabletop, and then you got like little rewards for them.
I've said. I mean, I mentioned it to you before. On Bolt and Chainsaw, somebody put together a system for giving experience to your soldiers in a squad.
Yes, you have mentioned that to me before.
And I wish I could find it because it was so well thought out, and it results in all your models looking unique.
Yeah, I remember this concept.
That is so good. I thought it was such a cool idea, but I only found it for once. I could never find it again. And I really wanted to do it. It's like over a period of like 12 months, your army goes from being bare bones and basic
to something really impressive.
Really interesting, yeah. It's like each model's got its own unique character.
And a bit more of the Huldra blue. It's starting to turn into something now. It doesn't look completely crap. It's nowhere near as neat as I would like it.
Early days, mate.
What do you reckon?
Let me finish what I'm doing.
I'm gonna try and take this arm off actually.
Get in the way.
It's really getting in my way. Nah, it's gonna snap. Oh, well, that's gonna make this awkward.
Go on in.
That's what I've got so far, really.
I like that shape though. The colours are cool. Looks like Pingu at the bottom. Looks like Pingu.
Oh, right.
He needs to have.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
You need to have a Pingu, man. You've turned him into Pingu.
we already did the My Little Pony bike.
Yeah, but Pingu's a dude.
He is like
Isn't it?
proper
Swedish?
old school claymation. I'm not sure because there's not English in it.
No, it's just
It's just random noises. Right, so I've pretty much got a design for all of that, and as that's drying, I need to start drawing some more of the tribal design on.
and make it less Pingu-like.
I suppose. I don't know. I am literally just winging this. Suppose I'll put some more terrible music on.
It's terrible music o'clock. Here, live.
That might be part of what's causing that massive delay, you know, because I'm running it through YouTube.
Yeah.
Because it's not usually this bad with a delay.
Well, that went from being mediocre to really bad.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Has this guy got ears?
But that's not even an excuse, mate. Just look at Beethoven.
Actually, that's a very valid point. Terrible.
Step away.
Boo this man! Boo!
Step away from the instruments. He needs to be taken to Nuremberg for trials for crimes against music.
I'm going to start getting really carried away with this technique now. It will definitely help with my freehand.
Well, that was a thing.
That we wish it wasn't.
Oh no, it's ended. That's a shame.
Taco Bell, product placement with Taco Bell. You've seen Composite, haven't you?
No.
What? You've got to see that movie. Actually, I don't know if you'll like it.
Is it slapstick comedy?
It's beyond that.
So probably not then.
I don't know. It is kind of funny because it's so absurd. It's. I think I've told you about it before. They've superimposed themselves really well, by the way, over an entire other movie. Scenes from another Asian movie, and it's done really, really well actually. It's just unpredictable in where it's going or what it's doing. And they promised us a sequel years ago and we never got it.
Probably for the best.
It's a pretty good movie. I was hoping someone would be in the comments being like, it is a good movie. This sounds like credit music for something.
Like Pulp Fiction.
Maybe.
Or anything by any movie by Steel Panther.
Still struggling with the basic design of this.
Well, you can sort of make it up as you go along, aren't you?
Pretty much just winging it. I like the concept though. And I'm going to stipple all the different blues in to give it like texture and more design. I don't know if I can see the wet palette, but I'm only using a few basic colours at the moment. What I find difficult about this is the angle of the model right, so you can get the curve that you're painting with your hand correct. Because when you paint a circle, I bet you start always in the same place, you go the same direction, like your natural movement.
That makes sense, yeah.
So if you flip everything upside down and try and do it the other way, the circle that you're painting won't be as smooth.
Painting on camera is a very different feel to not as well.
Yeah.
As you're trying to paint comfortably, but
Also get a good image.
yeah.
Sure, I can get these lines smoother than this.
You're constantly having to sacrifice one for the benefit of the other.
That's true. Makes sense.
Now we're getting somewhere. I was getting my steel pan from last night.
Yeah.
While playing Total War. I was watching some serial killer from YouTube on a bit of Steel Panther, bit of Airborne.
Nice. Just proper in the groove.
Yeah, bit of In This Moment as well, some Hailstorm. And all the
Hailstorm or Hailstorm?
Hail.
Right.
Then it went south for a bit.
Always goes south for you.
Yeah. Pass the decay metal, please.
Pass you decay metal. If I can find it. I know I've got it. The red leather. Wait, I know I've got it. I'm trying to remember what it looks like. I'm still learning all my paints again. Decayed metal.
Thank you.
There's probably not much in there.
No, because we both use it quite a lot.
No, because the other day when I was trying to put some in the pot, it decided to be like,
Hey,
would you like all the paint?
No.
No, not really.
I'll take it.
Alright, I came on here to do something. I'll just check that Gmail. Alright, that makes sense. I'm getting sick of this guy saying stuff hasn't arrived though. If he keeps doing it, I'm banning the guy. Hit him with the ban hammer till he stops moving.
Ban hammer.
No, you should use the Batman tune. Ban-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ban hammer. My camera sucks. Oh, that looks so messy. And there's still a huge delay. Check that out. Still apparently printing on the live stream.
Nice.
The delay is nowhere near that bad usually. Watch it be something to do with bloody updates that both just had.
Yeah.
You know, after I've spent hours and hours and hours, well, actually days trying to sort out the live stream. So here's an update. Sort all your settings out again.
Yay.
How about stay the fuck off my computer?
Yeah. How about stick your updates up your arse?
Innit?
I wonder what's for tea tonight.
Food.
I bloody hope so. Better not be jacket taters.
That doesn't constitute food now.
No. Actually, to be honest, I won't mind today. Not been to, it's been a while since I've had them, so.
That photos are rubbish. Discard. Terrible. Right, I need to do another circle in there, but also get this correct. Should probably start putting a bit of the black back into the model as well, just to clean it up a bit. Really struggling to keep that line as fine as I want it. That was much better. I bet that's our Jen's delivery.
Ain't gonna be for me.
I bet she's in garden.
I think she might be. She was when I went out.
Back in a minute, guys. back to the live stream. It's bloody chilly out there. In comparison to it, sitting under all the lights. People knocking, delivering things.
Don't know about knocking. You probably going to put the door in. Open up!
Oh, worst one's when someone from Amazon will knock, like the copper knock in the morning when you're over. Yeah, you're like, what? You just jump straight out. What? Oh, it's like your whole house is shaking. Your brain's had no time to process anything. It's the kind of knock that makes it sound like an emergency or something.
Yeah.
Getting these lines perfectly smooth is a pain.
Looks like a you problem to me.
Here it is.
That appears to be a problem for you to deal with. Have you got a clean pipette?
No, they're probably down there behind you.
Means moving.
Everyone's being proper quiet today. Right. Nice to put a bit more colour in this, I think. So I'm going to switch to my Games Workshop layer brush. Small layer, and then add some water to the whole surface. And try and keep that water within the white lines so it doesn't bleed out when I apply the blue colours.
Too thick.
Is there a way to talk about yourself, Andy?
But it's true. Too thin, obviously. I mean, why would I get it right, huh?
You can always do more layers. Oh, that. I don't think you can do it too thin, really.
You can when it goes like that.
I suppose. Right, then I'm going to use my artist opus again. Oh, that dried out super quick. Stop drying so much. Right, try and get some more of these blues into the model. Really annoyed with this Space Marine's arm. It's really getting in the way of doing the design work.
We got a better brush than this.
What I might do is I might put the greens behind this. Just make it pop even more. Right, so. Hold your blue down towards the bottom. And mix that with the I can't remember what that blue was actually. It's another scale 75.
Does it begin with a J?
No, it is. Oh, it's just navy blue. By scale 75.
You can't go wrong with that one.
It's a bit strong for the bit of the model I've put it on there. Let's blend that out. With the Huldra blue.
Yeah, navy blue is quite a strong pigment.
Yeah. And it doesn't match the other types of pigment I've currently got on the model. So, but it does work very well with a loaded brush because of how the pigment is in it. And start around there and just start blending that. What to do with the design at the top though? I feel like I'm painting myself into a corner quite a lot.
You have a habit of doing that to yourself.
I am kind of winging it though, so it's to be expected that I'm going to get stuck on parts. Trying to make the design fit the shape of the bike. Where is everybody today? It's well quiet. Right, so you have to. I should really work with grey first. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to fit the design. I think that's what's missing from the design. There's not enough little spikes, which are quite a prevalent feature of tribal patterns, or at least the style anyway. Trying to paint perfectly straight lines is a pain in the arse.
Oh yeah. I was pin washing this.
But at least with that, it does a bunch of the work itself.
Oh yeah, you just point a brush in roughly the right place
And just jab it.
yeah. There's that much detail to do it. So it takes just
It makes a massive difference to a model, though.
can do, yeah.
Well, it's either that or get the lining brush and do it yourself.
That's stuff that. That sounds like a cruel and unusual punishment to me.
Like living in London.
Ugh, I'd rather stick pins in my eyes, thanks.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons I am finding this so difficult is how I used to draw was that sketch art, so I keep thinking I can just do a line and then go back and do it again, but it does not work with a white paint and a paintbrush.
Yeah.
You know, what I might do is I might start bringing a bright green up in the background and to a dark green at the top, so that way both of the colours transition. So I've got a bit of milk green on my palette there. No, this brush is rubbish, I can't be bothered with it anymore.
Don't know what brush this is, but it's pretty good for, it's an army paintbrush, it's pretty good for the pin wash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice and soft.
I'm not 100% if this is going to be a good idea or not.
Right. Do it anyway.
I might do. I need to pick out some of the greens. We've got the black prime somewhere. Not the non-gloss version. Should be able to now just go back over some of this with the black just to smooth some of these lines off. Also, by going over this, it gives me a chance to resort out those circles I put in the middle that didn't quite work. It's basically erasing all my mistakes.
%10 inspiration, 9% perspiration.
50% doing art, 50% covering up mistakes. And making it look deliberate.
We don't make mistakes here. We're just happy accidents.
Is that you, Bob Ross? Bob Ross is a dude.
Like, and Vietnam veteran and stuff as well.
Yeah, he's got like a really mad history. I remember watching a video about him.
Mad Lads went on tanks.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? What a character. Had a missing finger as well, apparently.
Fair enough.
One of the things, that was a random fact, but it was always like doing kids shows and other stuff as well, so he'd like keep his missing finger like hidden and covered up, and I'm like, what a dude. You know, so it doesn't freak anybody out. Definitely need to put some more blue at the top of this, but I need to finish the top of the design, and that's really starting to bug me. This sword arm is in the way.
Sword arm is neither in the way or out of the way. Exactly where it needs to be.
Well, you want to hope. So that kind of works.
So what I'm doing here, if you've just jumped in, is what we call a pin wash or an oil wash. Essentially it's just an oil paint, really thin down, it's nice and dark. This is a version of black. And I'm just going over my gloss varnish model, picking out all the recesses, and what it'll do is, because it's used a gloss varnish, it's just going to trap the recesses and really bring out the detail on the model. The alternative thing you can do is do it paint and mill in by hand. I would recommend against this if you value sanity and time.
Time, that's what other people have, isn't it?
But it's always on my side.
Yes, it is. I haven't seen that movie in ages.
Great film.
Superb film.
I'm gonna tell you about the time I almost died.
Maybe I should just curve that off there and finish that right there. And it gives me space to move the design up a little bit further. Not too sure about the greens at the moment. never been that good at actually doing the tribal design itself. And it's starting to look a little bit off. Yeah, I think getting the outside line perfectly curved for the tribal is probably the worst bit.
Let that dry for a bit and put another layer on.
And I think maybe using white as the liner was a pretty bad idea. It usually goes on pretty lumpy.
The old mistakes were made for me.
Yeah, I mean, doing it the outline in grey and then finishing off with a different colour might have been the better option. Because it seems the grey is just a little bit more forgiving.
That makes sense.
It's also very easy to go over the grey though, so there's a downside there.
I don't know about whether it's going to be out at Warhammer World. Sorry, Warhammer Fest. I do believe there's going to be a bunch of people able to test play it. But I think it's going to be the big summer release. But I'm hoping we get some more news about, well, some proper news about Old World, because that's something what really interests me. I used to be a massive fantasy fan. So into the coke and copper, I'm mixing some far brown, which is kind of a beige colour. I'm going to start off getting some colour onto this cloak. I could be wrong though when it comes to the release of 10th. It could well surprise me and get released this week, but I can't see it. I don't think we're going to surprise us that quite in that such a big way.
I think they've got a lot on at the moment, and I don't think they've released 10th just yet.
We've not even talked about all the factions yet, have they?
I've not been keeping up to date with it. You're more likely to have the information for that.
It just seems a little sudden if they release it this weekend.
It's Golden Demon this weekend, isn't it?
Saturday, Sunday, yeah. So you best get a wiggle on if you want it to enter.
Oh yeah. I'll just throw something together now, yeah.
Yeah. My Little Pony bag, right?
Grab some more of the grey.
What's your thoughts on what's coming out over the weekend then? Obviously, at Warhammer Fest they always have some new stuff what you can't normally get hold of. What's your thoughts on what they're going to do?
I do kind of miss going to the Golden Demon Awards. Like, the whole day is just a nice day out.
Yeah, the benefit of not actually entering Golden Demon Nose means you can just go.
Yeah, but I think that's the major benefit of going is, the excitement of the competition.
Oh yeah, if you go in, you may as well enter. But I just like the option of being able to leave when I want.
Yeah, I suppose.
Either that or just paint really badly and say yeah, fruit don't get fruit first cut. Which kind of defeats the object.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Still using that dark sea green. I do like this dark sea green for just adding the pattern on, because it doesn't show up too much over the black prime.
Oh yeah, it's a quite dark grey, isn't it?
Mm. So if you put it on lightly, you can get away with it not showing up too much. And also then when you need to touch up, you can just go straight to the black prime again.
Apparently I'm hungry.
Wonder what else I could just randomly paint onto these models. Technically, it's like unlimited options.
Yeah, Will's your lobster.
Bloody lobster effects. It's the first thing you reminded me of when you said that.
Lobster effects. Yeah, you got no fun painting that.
The concept was alright.
Yeah, it just took forever.
It did.
All them weird dots, what you were doing.
Looked really good for that though.
It did.
Just wasn't time friendly, shall we put it. If we're doing stuff like this tribal though, I think calligraphy, like pens, would be very useful. You know, to get the shapes right.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't know how to use those anyway.
A lot of people use drawing pens for that sort of detail, don't they?
Really? I don't know. I'm not really trying anything like this. I've not looked into it either.
I've seen people using drawing pens for detail work.
Yeah. I know Japan has like a little brush, you know about the one that people use for drawing on scrolls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the one I thought you meant. Thinking about it, there's got to be like millions of different types of pens out there.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And I'll be able to write all with any of them. Pardon me.
Dirty git.
It's not my house.
For some reason, one part of this model just does not want to take paint. It's like someone from the SCP Foundation. It's like, yeah, one bit of plastic that will never be painted ever. Just refuses to take paint.
Nope.
It just nopes the fuck out of there.
To be honest, with some of that shit in the SCP Foundation, I would have noped the shit the fuck out of it as well. Like, you know what? That's just gonna be one giant intergalactic. Nope.
Yeah. need to brighten these colours up a little bit. Got the navy blue, a little bit of white, a little bit of navy blue again. And what blue was that? I don't know, it's another, there's another scale 75 blue.
With a weird name.
Yeah, I'll blend that in as well now. It's even harder to read them at the moment because the packaging on them, the labels are starting to crack. Didn't let it dry, so I pulled a bunch of paint off, and that's not as smooth as I'd like it.
Schoolboy error.
It's the habit, you know, from glazing. You do that, I think, go straight over the next bit, but it's not how this is done.
Doing road lava is so easy. You only really do it on loincloths, so not actual roads.
How are you doing them, like?
So, sort of feather it across, and it adds texture, a sort of a texture effect to the material.
I know what you mean. I managed to achieve that effect on one of the Wargrave models on the cloak, so it looks sort of like you can see some vague stitching. Is that what you're on about?
So, that's what I mean.
Just 1 sec, because I'm going to start stippling some of these colours onto this now. Give it a more sporadic pattern. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
I think the seals that you've done are very similar colour to his cloak, though, so they're not standing out very much.
That's kind of the point. I want them made out of the same material.
But wouldn't the seals be made of parchment, whereas the thing would be made of cloth?
The bloke's dead, so it doesn't really matter. But I get what your point is.
need to figure out how to get these white lines a lot smoother than this. I'm getting a little bit impatient with it now though. I still want to stick some green on this somewhere. Bit more navy blue and hold all blue. And that in down here so it's darker. Don't be afraid to hit up the chat box, guys. Gives me and Andy something to talk about. Continue stippling the turquoise on there. Trying to give it some sense of flow, movement even.
Got a black metal?
I might have. I think I gave you that one back though.
No. That's one of yours. This is metallic.
I remember looking for it the other day and then realising it wasn't as dark as I remember it being. Or was that the
The really dark one was the Vallejo one, I believe.
Ah, that makes sense.
That was a really dark one.
There's two with similar titles, I know that much. The Scale 75 ones, it should usually easy to remember because they're all music. Black metal, thrash metal,
Yeah.
heavy metal,
Speed metal.
speed metal. Yeah, so now I'm going to mix in. Actually, I'm going to get some milk green. Right, and then mix in a little bit of the turquoise. So I have a greeny blue. Start stippling that further on.
I don't remember asking you to spray.
It's that part that we bought. There must be like the tiniest bit of air leakage. And do the same across this bit so it matches. And slowly start moving that up to the moot green. Far too stark there. Just try and texture this up a little bit now, so it doesn't, so it looks a little bit more interesting. That would look great if I could just get my lines sharp. That green doesn't show up on camera very well. Maybe it's a little bit too subtle of a colour change.
Painting Legion of Damned is so quick if you do it this way.
Yeah.
Well, it's tabletop already.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know what I mean?
Starting to look a little bit like a graffiti tribal of some kind. Yeah, what do you reckon?
Oh. Stippling. Yeah, see what I haven't done that in ages. What's cool? Like 2 or 3 colours in the top half of the blue, isn't there?
Aye. It's a bit of a mess, you know, but I've not tried this technique before, and I'm not that good at freehand yet. So. At least it's a nice design to look at while painting, but it's starting to really drive me mad doing it now.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think I've just been sat here doing this for about 4 hours, wasn't it? 3 or 4 hours just staring at it.
All afternoon.
Yeah. It kind of has the transition that I wanted. It's not the shape that I wanted. But yeah, I really want those lines a lot, a lot sharper. What I could have done It was like airbrushed most of the model and then gone over with a tribal design and blacked out what I didn't want.
That, you know, that design what we've done would work really nicely for Space Sharks.
Yeah, you reckon?
Well, they've got that sort of Maori sort of tribal theme, haven't they? The Polynesian theme. So you do that on a grey background. You get really interesting.
Well, you'd be able to block it out with grey. You just airbrush most of it on, stipple it on sporadically, and then you just bright colour to low colour, and just draw your pattern on. Which, all in all, is probably the easier way to do it, because then you're just cutting shapes out rather than painting them in. One of the hardest things I found with this is trying to get the outer line not only smooth but consistent all the way around.
Yeah.
That is by far the most tedious part, I think. I don't think it's too bad considering it's took me a lot of hours though.
No worries. Yeah, as far as 10th, no, I don't think it's coming out this weekend. From what I've heard, there's going to be playable demos of it, and there'll obviously be a lot more information, but I can't see it coming out this weekend.
I need to figure out a good contrasting colour now for the background. Originally I was thinking to just go back the opposite way and have dark green in the background. Go into light.
I say try out the Space Shark idea.
Do have quite a lot of grey available. I mean, the whole bike painted up like that would look proper badass, I think. The blending's not as good as I would have liked. Could work.
What's that?
Background purples. Or violet. That violet would definitely work. I'm gonna go for violet, I think. Time for a bit of the old ultra violence. Oh, my brain, I said that, and I want to make orcs with all the bowler hats and top hats. And the
Clockwork Orange theme.
yeah, Clockwork Orange themed unit of
Droogs.
of knobs just because I can. I do enjoy the live stream for the most part because I can just come up with a concept like that, grab the parts I want, of like today's live stream is this.
Yeah.
The project never even has to be 100% complete.
We do a bit of everything. Sometimes we paint to sell, sometimes we do commissions, sometimes we paint it for ourselves. It's just as and when jobs come on. We don't really have a specific role as such. We like to just set the commissions when they come along and paint other stuff when there's nothing there.
It's nice to be able to have the freedom of someone offering you a commission and just turn it down and be like, I just can't be bothered with that.
No fire raptors.
I think have we done like a life sentence of fire raptors, mate?
Probably.
Worst one with fire raptors is when people are like, can you build it? And then send it back so I can paint it. It's like, no. If I have to muck around building the bloody thing, I'm painting it.
Yeah, because the build part's the worst part.
Easily.
once it's together, it's a lovely kit to paint.
Oh, it really is. I recommend always painting it with wings off, but
Yeah,
that's because we had to package it up.
I'd still probably do that anyway.
So it's easy to pack up.
Easy to pack, and also easy to get into it, because the wings are quite large, aren't they?
Yep. Yeah, it's got quite a good wingspan.
Yeah, and sometimes we'll pick up a model just because we want to paint it. It'll be of nothing of relevance to us. It's like we'll just see something and we like it and we'll go, I want to paint that, and pick it up.
Sometimes they're the best paint jobs, though.
Yeah,
You really have some enthusiasm for something. So for the model, sorry.
I really enjoy the building process. But I'm also at a stage where I've got that extensive a collection that I don't have to worry about the loadouts anymore, because I've got a bit of everything. So I dare say I'll be able to put together any combination of Terminator suits I could need.
Yeah, I think so. Don't you have like?
I've got 25 Terminators.
I thought you had 40.
No, that's Raptors. Raptors and Talons. I've got 25 Terminators. I want 5 more, so I've got the full 30. And we're all equipped with various different weapons. Depending on the need. Yeah, if that's what you do for a living anyway, then yeah, I totally understand that. If you're constantly building stuff all day as a mechanic, then the building side of things ain't going to be quite so entertaining.
Can you do us a favour, Andy?
Mm.
Read the comments out when they come up, so I know what
Oh,
I'm talking
right,
about.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
also means those comments come through on this stream too.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. I think that purple can work. As a background colour, definitely. And then bring up the actual shading to purples and pinks as you would, just to highlight the side of the bike. It's not the smoothest of surface, but it's also not that bumpy, so it's a mediocre paint job, I guess. I really need to get the knack of these techniques to the point where that paint doesn't dry scratchy. Like when you put washers on, like a null oil over a black, and it leaves this
Like
scratchy, wet stain surface. Because of the style I'm doing at the moment, I'm getting that, but there must be ways of blending that out so it's smooth. Start painting purple. Instead of painting it that way, just wet this model a little bit and try and load it, brush it with the purples. Purple and a tiny bit of the movie white. I bet that's not showing up very well on my camera because I can barely see it. I've got all the blues. Definitely the majority of them.
What I'm doing here is I'm really gently layering up different types of blue, so I get a nice fancy blade to go along with the rest of the model. So now I'm going to start about halfway up the blade. As you see, I started quite far down before.
Gonna have to add some this sunset purple in, as this one's just too dark, and if I add the white to it, it's too much of a jump. It's trying to go from an extremely dark purple to a mixed to a light one. It's just not working. This is more of a pink than it is a purple.
That's the problem with purples.
Staying on the purple spectrum.
Yeah. And staying on the correct spectrum, because sometimes purples are red, sometimes are blue. You want it varies.
Yeah, transition between the two. At this point, I think that's where my main pink's gonna start. Just blend from there. Makes sense because there's a nice hard line across the model. So just blend that in. And blend that with a little bit of the darker purple. Now I have to decide where each of the transitions go. So I think doing an airbrush job or a standard glaze job and then greying out the area you want to paint is probably the best technique for this one. Definitely a time saver. A bit of purple, a little bit of mauve white on.
Well, I managed to balls that up.
What have you done?
No, just didn't go right. So, re-rack it and do it again. So, I'm going to try that again, doing basically the same method. So I started off with deep blue, which is a bit of a favourite of mine. I'm next going to go and add some Cancer brick blue, I'm going to do a couple of layers with batting. So it stands out a little bit. So it's going to be 50-50 Kansai brick and deep blue. I'm going to start probably 3/4 of the way up from on one side. And 3/4 of the way down on the other. And flip it over and do exactly the same. A minute or two to dry. Same again with exactly the same colours.
What would have been nice to go with this is those two-tone paints. The metallic ones, I think.
Now you can just about see the transition just here, where it's slightly darker, just where it's dry, and slightly lighter there.
There's random music in it. Just realised we were sat here in silence for ages. Also, I have no idea if anything's ever going to be any good on this. I expect not, it being royalty free music.
Yeah.
Because if you're good at something, you don't do it for free. Although this has a very Nine Inch Nails vibe to it.
I think I'm going to turn the stream off in a minute. It's 4:15.
Oh, where'd that last half hour go?
No idea.
It was like, no, it was it was like an hour, it was 3:15 a minute ago.
So, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you
Oh, what day?
Monday.
Oh, it's Thursday today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, I'm going to end my stream at about the same time as I have no viewers either. So we'll catch you all guys on Monday, hopefully. Thanks for watching.